have taken PCM. Then you went on to designing architecture. That is what
I picked up science, that is PCM with economics. Main reason for taking up science was because architecture. For architecture, you do need science. That is like a compulsory thing. For designing, there is no common entrance exam as such. Okay, so there are individual colleges, and you have to appear for exams of each and every colleges. If you see IIT ka paper, that is called UCEED. For undergraduate, the paper which you has to appear is called UCEED, the entrance exam. And that, if you see, it has many maths ka questions, it has many logical reasoning questions. That time, managing the time is very difficult because, and I think design ka prep is done as soon as you open your eyes and ears to the world.
Hello, Ariana. It's so nice,
Hello.
get in touch with you, and you will actually brief me regarding the syllabus that you have pursued in your 11th and 12th, and then the switch. Okay, you have taken PCM, then you went on to designing architecture. That is what I knew. So I just got in touch with you just to know that what actually you're pursuing, and if any student is planning to pursue something like you, will get some idea like which colleges, etc. So you can just start. Yes. How did you
Okay,
ever think,
so
yeah, how did you ever think that you picked up this, whatever you are interested in? How did you pick it
yeah.
up right from start?
So I came across this whole field of designing from my cousin itself, my cousin's friend who is studying in National Institute of Fashion Technology. So she was studying, so I got really curious about what the field is about and such. And I was always this arty kid when I was from childhood, I was that kid. And I knew for sure that I didn't wanted to do anything related to textbooks and all because I know it's not my domain for sure. So, and I had a little chat with her. I came across this whole new field of design as such. We knew what architecture is, but we don't know what design is as such. So, design is basically creating a product or a services, anything for other person. We often mistake design for art, which is not true. Whatever we make and whatever we do, it's for other people also. We design packaging, it's for others. So that's major difference between design and art. So for my 11th 12th, I picked up science, that is PCM with economics. Main reason for taking up science was because architecture. For architecture, you do need science. That is like a compulsory thing. But even for design may there are various branches. There's a communication design in which there is animation design and there is graphic design. And other forms of design are product design, there is transportation design, and which is basically something physical, for which you need hardcore science subject like physics and stuff like that for product design and stuff. So if you want to take up product and transport and something related to furniture, you need science for sure. But if you're taking communication and animation, science is not that needed. But I would suggest just take it up because it greatly increases your capacity to understand things because of the portion and everything which is there.
That means you become more analytical in your approach.
That is true. That is true.
So you wanted to do designing, you got some information from your seniors. That is how you went
Mhm.
about. Yes.
Right.
What all exams do you give for your course? What kind of exams do you have to give?
Okay, so each usually for designing, there is no common entrance exam as such. Okay, so there are individual colleges and you have to appear for exams of each and every colleges. So
Oh,
for designing, yeah. So for designing, there are two main government colleges. One is NID, National Institute of Design, which is there in Ahmedabad, and second is IITs, which is one is there in IIT. Various IIT
in
they
combination
offer,
also.
yeah, yeah. So it's in Bombay also and Kharagpur also, but there are very few seats. There are like 20 seats for the whole nation. That's how low the seats for IIT is for design. And so there's a different exam for NID, there's different exam for IIT, there's different exam for NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology. That's different exam for that. There's different exam for MIT, which is my college, MIT Institute of Design, which is in Pune. And there's Srishti also, which is in Bangalore. So you have to appear for each and every college's entrance exam, since many of these colleges have a certain pattern,
Oh,
as in what they seek in students.
oh,
If you see IIT ka paper, um, that is called UCEED. For undergraduate, the paper which has to appear is called UCEED, the entrance exam. And that, if you see, it has many maths ka questions, it has many logical reasoning questions, and then there's a separate drawing ka question. But for NID, the part of the drawing section is more than the general knowledge section, which is there. So the pattern hugely differs from college to college. And let's just say college just selects their type of students, what they want.
yes.
How it is.
Okay. So you got to keep track of these colleges in yeah, like from the website.
Right, right. Yeah,
Oh.
sure.
And
You actually, they release like, this is actually, you come to know because it's the season. Okay, now how these exams, they have this particular dates on which they are. NID and IIT are usually before our 12th standard board exams, which is there. They usually are in December and January, while rest of the private colleges ka jo exams hai, they are usually after the board exams, which is in May, as such, like that.
okay. So you are in your third year of your designing.
Yeah, I completed my third year just
Okay, and
now.
why don't you give us a brief idea?
So okay, so my first year was a foundation course. So basically, we had like a common everything. We had our drawings brushed up. We had to struggle. We had to draw everything. We made few stuff and all. So basically, we were given an idea for all the design sub branches which are there. So for us to get an idea ki what specialized discipline you want to get into. And for my second year, I went into graphic design as my discipline as a major. And graphic design is also a very broad field. Okay. What comes under graphic design is our packaging for products and stuff. We have posters, we have newspaper layouts or our magazines, everything. Basically, everything related to visual media comes under graphic design. So up till now, we had made a lot of experimental stuff. We have made books. We have made our own newspapers. We
Sounds,
have made movie posters and
sounds
everything. It's very
interesting.
exciting. Yes. We also have photography course and stuff. So it's basically very all-rounded. Design education is basically very all-rounded. And you need to be very open-minded because basically there are no books in design. That's the main rule. You think there is some certain syllabus which you just if you like ram it up a night before and you'll pass. That is not the case for design. Sometimes I spend 2 days and all thinking about an idea, but it doesn't come up. And suddenly I'm sleeping, and then at one night I'm sleeping, I get up, oh, I can do this. So ideas are very spontaneous. They can come anytime. So design is basically that. Design is basically
About
how you
creativity.
train,
Creativity.
yeah, how you train creativity. It's basically about creativity.
Right. And what is the tenure of this course?
Okay, so it's for 4 years. Like I said, usually in most of the colleges, first year is for together, and then you take your disciplines, which you continue for next 3 years.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That means you start specializing in the 3 years.
Yes,
Yes. And what
yes.
about the job prospects?
Okay, so jobs usually you get from usually there are placements in the colleges itself, or you start applying to various design studios which are there, and that also depends on what your specialization is. The jobs which come to you also differ in a similar way, like
Okay.
that.
So is there a master's degree and all after your
Yes, yes, there is a master's degree because
you need
a
to do
lot of the time. Yeah, so most of the students, what they do, usually if you do BDESC in India, Bachelor of Design in India, many students, what they do for their masters, they go abroad, either in US or somewhere. But most of the students who come from masters in India come from either if they've done some other degree before, like if they have done engineering before and now they want to do design. So that's how they do their masters. So that's usually the case for if you want to do it in India
oh,
master's way. Or you can, if you want, you can still do. 4-year degree. But usually kids who have done like a 4-year degree don't do masters again for 2 years degree in India. They usually go for a specific, more specific specialization abroad.
Hmm.
That's
So, right from the time I know you, you are hell bent like I am going for this. But you're very good at drawing and you had those skills. So you're very happy, yes, in your field,
yes. Um,
enjoying it.
yes, I am enjoying, I'm happy, I'm satisfied, and I just feel like it was a good decision. I mean, I'm just extremely happy, and I just know okay, this was the perfect field or my career option for it. Was I am really enjoying.
So nice. And uh, what advice would you give to those students who are planning, to take up this architecture course or designing course? What advice will you give them?
Okay, for first advice to them would be time management. You have to work on it because what we study in 11th 12th science is very different from what this entrance exam ka course which is very drawing related, very general knowledge thing, which is it's a very two completely different paths which are running parallelly. So managing between those two, you'll have to take care of it until your exams are there. And I guess if you do handle that one thing which is there, that is managing between these two very different study patterns at the same times, I think you'll be good to go.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
Okay, okay. So in these 2 years, have you to develop your skill set? You got to get enrolled in some special institute who will train you for your course?
Yeah, so I went to Chembur. Uh, there's a teacher over there. She used to teach. She usually did my prep for this thing. She takes classes. So just catch train from here and go to there.
Okay, that means
So
you had to work hard to develop this skill set and to pick up this
work
course.
very hard, very hard. That's what I'm saying.
Ah,
That time, managing the time is very difficult because, and I think design ka prep is done as soon as you open your eyes and ears to the world.
oh,
It's basically a design entrance exam you'll crack if you observe your surroundings. They ask very minimal questions, you know. So what our IIT ka drawing section was, ki there's a table, there's a teacher who's correcting papers, and there is a table in front of you and somebody's coming in bringing in a cup of tea and we had to sketch that. So
oh,
everything related to this is very minute observation about how you observe stuff around you. Now
oh,
if you had opened your eyes and ears, you will notice ki acha, my teacher has a red pen with her, she always has a coffee mug, she always has few papers scattered. So this is very day to day observation stuff, and if you just open your eyes, you will it becomes easier to crack a design entrance
oh,
exam.
I get it. That's what you said. Eyes and ears open. Oh, that's fantastic. Good to hear that you're enjoying and a lot of information that you have shared. I have learned a lot of things from you. And thank you so much for, sharing all this information. And may God bless you for all your future endeavors. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.